What's up, Trekkies? Hi, so there's not much. There is a singular sale happening today, which is 30% off personal inventory, today only, until 6 p.m. Pacific. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern. I didn't go the right direction. It's all three platforms, so this is console 2, and so that's it. Off inventory bank and account bank slots on all three platforms. That's really what it is. I'm currently in game because I was doing stuff in the, going to the store now, going to the services. Account shared bank slots 10. Was 1,000, now 700. So if you want to get 10 extra bank slots. I don't actually buy extra bank slots. I have a lot of bank slots and I don't need extra because I will just start filling it more. Or that's account shared bank, sorry. Regular bank slots are 12. Was 300, now 210. I don't have my stipend, but again, don't need bank slots. Don't want bank slots. Okay. I want free bank slots. Anyways, so since I was down at the colony, we're going to talk today about the colony and how wonderful things are. They have not announced the week 2 rewards. I do not know what the week 2 reward will technically be. The preeminent warp core is what I got previously. I believe that's from these missions. Whether or not the warp core or singularity core. So the engines, the shields, or the deflector will be week 2. It doesn't actually, maybe I can go into the actual mission. Maybe I can go play the mission right now. I have to go into episodes, featured episode, replay. Right here. As of Thursday. Okay, it'll be the hyper impulse engines with ×2 speed and turn.
There's been Zenkethi activity in neighboring sectors.
So basically with speed ×2 it has plus 19.1 flight speed. Hyper impulse engines are faster than other engines, while at high engine power, all impulse engines increase their speed and turn rate with your engine power level. So they also will get a plus 0.58 flight turn rate for 1.2 seconds. Not sure why that has a short duration. 7 shield power setting and plus 6.6 flight turn rate. And then full impulse is all power to engines. That's that. When you get, not do that because I'll do that Thursday. We'll not play that mission again. Fun mission. That will give us plus 30 kinetic damage resistance rating with the 2Ps. That's really cool. So now for the colony. When you're donating to your colony world, if for some reason you have, now this is not saying you have someone, this is not discounting the people over in Europe. You know, the fleets that are completely in Europe. But if you are an American fleet and you happen to have someone over in Europe that wakes up as what we call the middle of the freaking night and says, oh look, let me dump all this stuff on the fleet thing, then you probably don't ever have the ability to give stuff to the fleet. I accidentally did something because we had the special project for the planters and I was like, oh, let me just dump the rest of my dilithium. Oh, I filled it. That's what happened with me. I thought I only had like 50,000 dilithium. I wound up having 180,000 and threw 120,000 at it accidentally. So our planter boxes are finished by me, like day 1. So if you're frustrated that someone is always going in there and like finishing everything, like the energy credits and the dilithium and the expertise and the fleet marks in the middle of the night because you're like, oh, well, it looks like at 11 o'clock, I'm going to go to bed. And you go to bed, you wake up and the next morning it's 7 o'clock and you're like, let me check stuff. And it's all full because someone did it at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a thing called coffers. If you go to your thing and it's status, contribute provisions, leaderboard, coffer. When you click on coffer, you can throw in your bonus provisions that you've been collecting from the planet or from the instances that you've been doing, the ground one or the space one. I'm not sure if the red alert gives them out, but I know the actual like defend the planet on space, defend the planet on ground, defend the colony on ground, those give out random provisions. And then the ones you get down on the planet. I'm gonna say this, I am frustrated with the radiation one. I don't know why. I can't seem to get over. I think once, maybe I got 200 provisions in one go. Like, I'm really good at the Omega Molecule one. I can get 225, maybe even all 250 at once. Dilithium mining one, the ore, you just got to get 735 with that one. Make sure you go a next step up if you can, but 735 you get everything. You have to get like 2300, and you got to get near perfect with the Omega Molecule one. But the radiation one, I don't know. I've had to do that one twice every single time. Also, bonus, it's an hour. Those quests are not daily, they're hourly. So you can do those over and over and gather a bunch of stuff and just throw them into your coffer. You'll get fleet stuff that way. Now, this is good for console when this stuff comes out, so when you get your fleet, you can, start dumping all this stuff in your coffer. So you'll get your fleet credits out of that one. Yeah, you don't get it out of, punching in fleet marks, which is a great way to do it. You can't do it with the expertise, not so great way to get fleet credits. Dilithium, kind of an okay way. It's 1 for 1, but it's a really expensive thing. And energy credits is like, why? Have anything that requires energy credits right now so I can give you guys anything on the starbase? Everything needs dilithium right now. Oh, that needs civilian duty officers. Let's send some prisoners in. And some colonists. How many do you need? Select all. Anyways, I left that with only one person missing. Well, someone else can do it. Someone's got a prisoner out there somewhere. So anyways, we don't actually have anything because energy credits are kind of easy to do because apparently people do tour the galaxy. I didn't know that was a thing still. Anyways, it's super great. Now here, how the coffers work is that when your next project comes up, the provisions will immediately fill from the coffer. So no one can really cheat you ahead of that one. But, did your part of it? No, unless you put in like an ever-loving butt ton into the coffers, then you can guarantee that yours, but it really doesn't matter, you're helping the fleet. But again, the fleet marks and the dilithium for these projects are kind of key to getting a super amount of fleet marks. But, some people they wake up, normal time of the day, and they're like, I'm going to contribute to the fleet. Oh, look, I get to do all this stuff. Just, So that's how that goes. Some people are super helpful, but don't realize exactly that they're hogging everything. Yeah, anyways, so when you're on the colony, get a power board. If you don't have a power board because you ditch it everything, I'm sorry. But if you can go get a power board, go get a power board. Because you can go back, because you got the colony here, and then the thing curves around, and you've got like 2 of them on one side, 1 on the other. Well, you can beep, 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 and then zoop with your power board, like that. And then there's not really much you're doing back of the thing, but when you pick them all up, you can like zoop. You can just zip across the bay. You don't have to run. So that's a benefit. Now, for the ground mission, I don't know. I do it on easy because I know people are being dumb. They don't know what they're doing quite yet. So if you're on it, okay, when you're initially at the base, pick one of them and defend it. It doesn't matter if you're alpha or if you're beta. You can pick one and probably get to it just in time. However, when you're beta, you have an easier chance because you're on the ground level of getting over to the first one. The one that's next to the stairs. If like 2 of, and just go there and just defend the hell out of it. Don't stand near it because if they throw a grenade or do anything AoE around you, it damages the thing, but you want to stand kind of near it. This goes for the second section too. So what I've seen when you finish that part, you move on to go take out you activate transport inhibitors. Well, that's fine. Just mow everything down. If you got AoE the hell out of everything. When you get to the transporters, if you are safe to do this and you're and you can blow the crap out of stuff, activate your threatening stance. The trick here is the fact that when the ship comes in to start bombing your thing, and start shooting at your thing, you shoot it and you immediately grab aggro on it and it doesn't shoot your thing anymore. And dead. But I have threatening stance on the entire time. So that way they're targeting me and not the transport inhibitor. Do not stand right next to your transport inhibitor. Don't hug it. Be like, I need to protect you. because then Kethy may throw bombs at you and leave a little fire patch behind. And if you are like, oh god, let me roll out of that, guess what? Your fire patch is now left behind, burning your transport inhibitor. I've seen so many people do that. I'm not saying it hasn't ever happened to me. It happened the first time and I realized my mistake and I stayed about, a dodge roll distance away from it. For some reason, if yours gets blown up, go defend another one. Don't try to defend a dead thing. I'm serious. Go run over and defend another one. We had two of them down when I was on beta team yesterday, and they were all still out there, and I was like, trying to do everything because all the things were trying to come and attack me, and people were like, the map. I was like, so good. But that's the ground one. I like the ground one. It's fun. I like being able to, utilize my stuff. Oh, we'll say this one. If you have healing abilities, I've been pondering maybe picking up a medical tricorder or a vascular regenerator kit module. I don't know which one I'd replace because I like all of mine, but you can actually heal it, FYI. I'm not sure if the medical generator from engineering works on it. I know the shield, it doesn't have shields, so you can't regen shields on it. That's pretty much that. But the ground thing is pretty much that. It's got the 3 stages. Space. The space one, where you're defending the 3 shield things. That one, you pretty much are just, you fight the things on the front, and then, depends on where the enemies come in, you fight the things on the side. Maybe all 3, depending on your difficulty. I'm getting tired of the Iconian one in there, because no matter what I do, I'm constantly just skidding everywhere. There are EMP bombs everywhere. I have nothing I'm doing correctly. There are times people come in and they don't do anything. They sit in one spot and don't move. Today we had a tarantula that was seriously sitting in one spot. There was nothing around him for 2 waves. Didn't do anything, didn't move. I was like, you're useless. When it was time to activate the shields, when you kill the first wave, you activate the shields around them. That's cool. Then you fight off little waves. I say little waves because they're like cruisers and stuff. And then at least with the Iconians, the Iodon dreadnoughts come in, the capital ships. So when an engineer upgrades the shield emitter, you get kind of just a general damage resistance. When a science officer upgrades the shield thing, you get a tachyon beam and a 15-kilometer tractor beam. And when a tactical officer upgrades the little satellite for after round 2, you get torpedo spread, and you get weapon stuff, obviously. I didn't fully read what it was. I was too busy trying to upgrade my guys because the tarantula was just sitting around doing nothing. Raging. It's probably a tactical officer. You could have been helpful. But other than that, that one's pretty easy. The red alert, I've done it once and I wasn't too terribly thrilled with it, so I didn't do anything more with it. But that's what I think with the colony. That's all the little tips and tricks I know about the colony. I mean, if you have bonus extra stuff, I'm going to say this, do not forget your colony friends, your armada. There we are. Do not forget your armada, because they have, if you're just looking for pure fleet marks, you can contribute a lot to your armada and get that stuff, because not everybody has, rich people in a fleet that can do this. Like this one I'm looking at right here. He needs 7,000 dilithium on this one, 7,000 dilithium on this one, 7,000 dilithium on this one, and still needs provisions, which means there's probably only one person logging in. And it sucks, because I keep throwing all my provisions and stuff in hours. Usually when you got a bigger fleet, everyone's doing everything. Limited time planters, yeah, it requires 146,000 dilithium. That's that. Anyways, I think my seat's further down than usual. I'm just looking, I'm kind of further down. Anyways, so that's that. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully there'll be some news. Yeah, fleet marks are definitely the way to get fleet credits. I just put in 153 fleet marks to one of my Armada folks and got 7,600 fleet credits. I don't need fleet credits. I've got a lot. But we've got 10,000 expertise give you 400 fleet credits, and 129,000 EC gives you 1,200 fleet credits. So it's like expertise and energy credits don't really give you a lot of fleet credits, but dilithium and fleet marks do. Fleet marks are still number one, and provision. That's that. I will chat with you guys next week. See if we got news for console or whatnot. Get your inventory slots.